Thank you for visiting Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Cancer for the first week of June, June 1st. Please, through the 7th. Please remember that this is a general reading. There may be some parts that do not resonate with you. Please take parts that do resonate and leave the rest behind. So, for the first week of June, Cancer, and it's moving towards your birthday. So I find that in the divine world, they're aware that your birthday is coming. So I think there should be definitely a lot of positivity that you are feeling in the anticipation of your birthday. But let's take a look at this spread. In the past position, we have the Queen of Cups, which is a very positive card. It means that you make people feel at ease. You are creative, you are intuitive, you are outgoing, and people generally gravitate towards you. And of course, you're someone that is accomplished because you're sitting on a throne and you do have, this fancy cup that you're holding. And of course, in the clarifying position, we have the Two of Swords, which is it's definitely a card of choice. But in the past position, the Queen of Cups and the Two of Swords suggest to me that you're definitely sensitive about something. And you're reminded to stay in touch with your emotional side. The Two of Swords suggests that there is a choice that you are going to have to make. Maybe sometimes this card means that there is like a conflict between two opposing forces, perhaps like a negative versus positive force. Maybe there is an impulse to act versus an impulse to do nothing. But there is a little bit of tension that you have experienced in the not so distant past. Your eyes in this card are closed, and your heart is also closed. So there's definitely some kind of internal tension that this Queen of Cups is struggling with, and she's not paying attention to what she sees. There's something she's ignoring. There's something that you are avoiding. Maybe there's something that maybe is kind of like stressing you out. It's very important not to blame yourself too much. Cancer sign tends to do that. It's very important to open your heart. It's very important to sort of face problems head on rather than avoiding, because that just prolongs. But in the past position, in the recent past position, it suggests that you're going through some kind of internal conflict, and you want to go one way, but then you want to go the other way. So you're having a difficulty making a decision. In the challenging position, we have the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups. In the normal position, Three of Wands is generally a very good card. It's about a man who's standing on tall ground. He is successful. He's overlooking the bay. He sees these three ships. Sometimes people say the three ships in this card suggest that there's opportunity. Others suggest that there's quite a lot of accomplishment. But in the negative position, however, the Three of Wands suggests that there's an obstacle, which would explain why you're feeling this internal tension, of course. But there's definitely there's definitely an obstacle that you are dealing with. Maybe there is a person that you don't like and that you have to deal with them. Maybe that's at work, at home, with friends. The Three of Cups is a very jovial card. It's about partying. It's about having a good time. It also, in the negative position, could mean that you are avoiding dealing with something because there's an obstacle that requires your attention, and instead you are not being really serious about it. In the present position, we have the Page of Wands and the Five of Wands as well. The Page of Wands suggests there is an opportunity coming your way. This is a card of a youthful energy. This is someone who is youthful. This is someone who is proud of his accomplishments. It could also be someone who is in love with love. It could be someone that is, accomplished. But in combination with the Five of Wands, it's there's definitely some kind of a negative influence, because Five of Wands is people fighting, conflict. Someone doesn't want you to move on, progress with your ideas, or maybe move on to a different love interest. You are ready to move on, because Page of Wands suggests that you are starting over, that your life is, making a new beginning, basically. And there is a negative influence. There's someone who's not excited about that new beginning that you are having. But in the present position, the Page of Wands suggests that you are starting with a clean slate, and the momentum is in your favor. There's no reason you should not succeed with your ideas, your plans for the future. There's definitely an opportunity ahead, and it's a very promising, very positive, very good, sort of wholesome card. And of course, in the future position, in the near outcome, we have the Moon and the Four of Swords. The Moon suggests that something is being hidden from you, that there's something you're not seeing. Moon always represents secrets. And so I think what this card is asking you to do is to accept that there is something you don't know. The future is unknown. Maybe the future has not been written in the cards. Maybe the future depends on the choices you make, the actions you take, whether you turn right versus left, whether you keep going like a crazy person or stop for a little rest. The choices we make kind of turn out to be destiny. So while this is a very promising card in the present position, the Page of Wands, the Moon, on the other hand, is hiding the future. The future cannot be seen, at least from the first week of June 2020, especially as it relates to the new idea that you have here. Of course, the Four of Swords means rest. Four of Swords means that maybe, you need some rest after the battle that you've been doing. This card does not provide clarity, so it makes this outcome, the future outcome, even more confusing. The future cannot be seen. The divine is not showing us what is waiting for you, but I think it does ask that we trust in the divine providence, and maybe the confusion will go away and the future will reveal itself in the coming days or weeks. Let's see what message we have from the universe. And the universe is telling us, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. So I think some philosophers said that when you walk into a river, it's a very different river from when you walk into it again. So every moment we are growing, we are changing, we are living, beings, which can have an effect on our destiny. And so, of course, the future cannot be seen as of yet, but it will reveal itself in the near, days and weeks. And we have to have faith that the universe has our back. As it says here, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. And of course, for weeklies, I also use the Angel Ancestor Oracle deck, and I have shuffled and meditated on the 3 cards that I have pulled. The first card represents your strength, and let's see what it says. And it says, your strength is hunter. Track down your fears and desires. And let us see in my trusty little book what that means. I have to turn to... Okay, and so this card means... The hunter is based on my favorite Celtic god, Cernunnos. He's the stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the hunter helps you connect with an energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So you have to come face to face with them as the hunter does with wild animals and go beyond them. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You're being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. And I think the divine is giving you confidence and strength so that you use it with this idea or this new love interest that you have. Or with anything that you have new going on in your life, to move forward even though the outcome is not assured, even though you do not see the future. Let's see what the second card from the Angel and Ancestor Oracle deck tells you, and this represents the message that your heart wants to give you. And it says arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. Let's see what arrow tells us. That is, I think, a great card. And it says, surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. So I think this card responds to the Five of Wands. There's conflict. There's someone that does not want you to move on. And so the divine is giving you a message through your heart that it's best to surround yourself with positive people so that you go on. You must protect your energy. Energy is very important, and when you are around low vibration energy, it affects you negatively. Arrows have long been revered as symbols of protection, as many native peoples would use the bow and arrow as a weapon of defense. When an arrow appears in meditation or dreams or an oracle reading, it's a sign. It's a sign you need to protect yourself in what is important to you, because not everyone has the same intentions as you do. So I think that this reading, this spread, is becoming a little bit clearer. There's clearly someone who is envious of you, maybe a little bit. They are having a hard time with you progressing. All of us progress in our ways through time, and there's clearly someone, because this Five of Wands is a card of battle, confusion, disagreement, opposite views. There's definitely some influence that you need to stay away from, is my takeaway from the Arrow card. If you're in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals or with kindness. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat and assess, that would be beneficial for you. So if you're not sure who to trust, who not to trust, do as they do in Game of Thrones, give them different pieces of information and see who speaks first. But I think the divine suggests that if you are not sure who to trust, there's someone envious. There's someone around you that is envious, or someone around you that feels exactly the opposite of you, and they're giving you low vibrations. So it's important to step back and let time and space show you who that person is. The third oracle card is a card that tells you what you need to work on, and it is Sky Father, trust in the unknown, which of course is the moon. I think that your idea, or whatever it is, the new person you're moving on with, or new idea you're working on, is going to succeed as long as you trust the divine. I remember from Greek mythology, there was a short story or something. There was a story about somebody going all the way to hell to retrieve their loved one, and their beloved, I think it was a guy, going to hell to get his girl back or something. And the hell people told him, you can have her as long as you don't look back. So you walk back from hell all the way home, you can't turn around, not once. And he faltered. He turned around because he wanted to make sure. He couldn't hear her walking behind him. Sometimes it's hard to trust in the unknown, but it's something that I think you could train your mind to do. You put in all the effort you can, you do everything you can, you get rid of low vibration people, and the unknown will have your back. It's perhaps the divine wants to see how strong your faith is. Faith in the higher supreme power, whatever power that might be. So let's see what Sky Father is telling us. I just need to find that page, and it says, trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father. Know that He is lovingly leading you forward. You are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what is going to unfold before you. When this card appears, you're being guided to step back and get out of your own way, because there is a greater power that is not only around you, but within you, and Sky Father is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see things from a higher perspective, like the eagle on the card. This card can also appear when there are opportunities to improve the father connection in your life. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he's on earth, there is an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. This is your reading for the sign of Cancer for the first week of June. If you enjoy this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. And Thank you so much for visiting, and I will see you next time.